Hi, it's John Thomas. Hello, everybody. I am making this video um, as a way to begin to document my journey um, to wealth. The other night, I had a dream, and you're going to see me looking up because I can't tell whether to look at the camera or look at the image because, I'm looking at myself. The other night, I had a dream, and it came so clear to me about what there was for me to offer, what there was for me to provide to the marketplace, if you will, what um, I should be doing with my gifts, and the reason I'm so excited that it became so clear in this dream because some of these things I have been thinking about for a while now. And I've been kind of stuck because some of the things that I was thinking about doing really didn't call to me. You know, I mean, I could do them and I could get paid for them, but they really wasn't, like lighting me up. Like this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. I can design funnels for people. I can create online marketing campaigns for people, Facebook advertising campaigns for people, YouTube advertising campaigns for people, social media content publishing campaigns for other people, but it wasn't really lighting me up. And I had looked at a number of things and I had given it a shot a couple of times where um, I would have clients and I would do the work for the clients because, I keep my word on doing my work for the clients and do a good job with them, but it really wasn't like the thing. So one of the things I discovered is that I'm kind of like on the wrong end of this equation. I'm at the service level of this equation when I really need to be at the kind of like the entrepreneurial level of this equation called my life. So the thing that came to me was um, how, like, what do I really love doing? And if you know anything about me, I love marketing, love talking about marketing. I love marketing strategies. I love business, like that space, business and marketing, business development. I love um, talking about money and what you can do with money and what's possible with money and how to manage your money and how to budget properly, particularly for people who are having a hard time making ends meet. There's a way that you're managing your money that keeps that in place. Because if you're having problems having ends meet now, that probably means you had problems having ends meet last month, last year, and you most likely will probably have problems having ends meet um, next month, next year, until you shift how you manage your money and how you invest your money. People say invest my money. Well, yeah, invest your money. First, you got to save it so you can invest it. You want to have your money working for you. So I love that kind of conversation. I love conversations about velocity banking and creative financing. So I'm kind of going through this journey. Okay, I love marketing. I love business. I love conversations about money. And I definitely love having conversations about shifting one's mindset, like shifting one's paradigm, shifting one's perspective on the world, shifting one's perspective about themselves, shifting one's paradigm about themselves. And I love it so much. I volunteer, I don't know, 20 hours, 10, 20 hours a week working with the International Black Summit to be able to provide, um, a way for people to shift their mindset and, also shift my mindset. So I know there's something in those three areas: money, marketing, and mindset. And um, in my I don't know if it was a dream. It seemed like it was a dream. I don't know if it was just a moment of clarity. Whatever it was, I woke up and I got in action. And I was listening to this, I was watching this video, and in the video they said something about determine the amount of money you wanted to create, what you wanted to accomplish. And so I had an ideal of what I thought that was, but what I started to do is I started to look at houses. I started looking at houses I could buy. And in the process of doing that, um, I found my number. So they were like, well, find your number. How much do you actually want to earn? And so I found my number, and the number was um, $300,000 a year, um, or more. And it wasn't the first time that I had seen that, the $25,000 a month for $300,000 a year. It wasn't the first time, but for some reason, it all began to make a different kind of sense for me. Um, and so I started looking at these houses and started looking at what it will take to be in those houses, what it would cost to acquire such a property, and what I would do with it if I had it. And excuse me. And I'm still trying to find the words to express the kind of clarity that I got uh, in this process. And so, and I use the houses because that would give me some sense of what the number should be, right? And how I would want to live and what I could do. And I'll just tell you the long short of it is I saw how I could choose, if I wanted to, I could live in $1 million house with a small staff, um, on the marketing side of my business, um, mainly doing affiliate marketing. And and to take care of the house, I could hire a maid, a chauffeur, and a private chef. That was eye opening for me. That if I took this one simple idea that I had been working on, that I've been holding off, trying to get myself clear about, trying to get myself clear about what is going to be my body of work. And as I start to keep dwelling in these spaces, I was like, oh, okay, we've been here before, but now I got a different, I have a different level of clarity around it. And so what I'm seeing, or what I was seeing out of this vision or this dream that I had, is that I can create a legacy for my daughter. I can create a legacy for my nieces and nephews. I can probably shift some things, some dynamics that's happening in our family. Shift from like a poverty mindset to a prosperity mindset. And all this happened after I began to get that clarity. Then I watched a video on, if you ever want to read a really good book, I hadn't read the book, I watched the video on the richest man in Babylon, and that opened up something else. Then I looked back through my notes and I was like, oh, you already wrote this down. You just didn't have your why. You know, Tony Robbins talks about this a lot. You can have your goal. You can set a goal for something, but if you don't have the reason why, it doesn't motivate you. At least it didn't motivate me to take the kind of action I needed to take. Um, so as a result of kind of getting this clarity, I was in Walmart the other day. I was like, I need to create me a small studio so that I can begin recording these videos, tracking my journey, sharing my journey. I bought some lights. I'm gonna turn them off so you can see that I did buy some lights. See, this is what I normally would look like. That's what I look like in Zoom meetings. And now I've got some lighting. I've got, you see this plant. I got a lot of plants, so I can't get out of the jungle. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. And so I came and I set up my little micro studio so I can begin recording these videos and other videos to begin tracking my journey. So I'll tell you more about how I plan to do what I plan to do. Um, the how is pretty basic to understand. Um, the why, I believe, is actually more important. And the mindset shift that is taking me to go from struggling um, to go from, kind of like plateauing to actually go to the next level, at least for myself. So I promised that I would record something tonight. And I didn't know exactly what I wanted to say or how I was going to say it. So I just got on the camera, and this is the story that I'm telling. And I'm going to let it out the way it is. And from time to time, I'll let you know how I'm doing. Of course, I'm doing another video on what I'm doing, just in case somebody wants to follow along in the process. I'm not looking to train anybody on this. I'm not looking to teach it to anybody, at least not now. I may later on how I'm going to generate this $25,000 for me and be in position to buy $1 million house in 2 years and have a small staff that works with me on how I'm doing what I'm doing, and even have a maid, living maid that is a I don't know if it's going to be a personal chef or a private chef, but I can afford a personal chef, a private chef, and a chauffeur. And I don't even know if I'm going to actually hire a chauffeur, but that's like part of the big picture when it comes to what's my number. My number would be I need to be able to do all of that um, and be able to spend my time in service of people in the space of marketing, in the space of money management, and in the space of mindset. Um, because it really is the chatter and the gray matter, right? The chatter and the gray matter that stops me, and I imagine stops most of us from having what we really want. And now that I'm getting some clarity around it, I'm looking to be in action. Because one of the things they said, like after you pick your number, then put it aside and begin to provide service, begin to add value to the marketplace. And as you continue to add value to the marketplace, if you continue to offer what it is you're offering, whether it's coaching, consulting, training, other products and services, then it's just a matter of scale. It's just a matter of scale. You can figure out how to make $100 a day. Then it's just a matter of scale to make it $300 a day, outside of working a regular job. It's just a matter of scale to make it $500 a day, right? Or $1,000 a day. That's $30,000. You figure out how to do $1,000 a day without you having to be fully doing everything. Maybe you can automate some of it. Maybe you can outsource some of it. Depending on your temperament, depending on your style. So I'm clear, I'm not like a salesman. I'm clear that I'm enrolling, I'm enfolding people, term I got from the International Black Summit. I'm clear I can have people take action, but it's just not my thing to sell people. And I'm also not interested in doing custom project after custom project after custom project. It's just not meeting with my temperament. I've been kind of like stalled. I've seen things that I could do. I've been stalled because that's not really speaking to me. So one of the things that I found that would work for me is to operate in a really interesting piece of online marketing that allows me to leverage my time. It allows me to leverage my money, my investment, and it allows me to leverage my expertise in a way that works overall for me. Now, some of the things that I may be sharing with you in other videos might work for you. Some of you are salespeople. You love salespeople. You love doing what you're doing. You love. It's just not me. It's not that I don't like selling. I wasn't real happy with what I was selling, if you will. Because a selling occurs for me is like uncovering or revealing. I heard what's his name? What's his name? Ron. My God, what is his name? It's escaping me right now. Hopefully, it come back to me before I finish tonight. Um, um, but he talks about selling is really the process of uncovering value in such a way that people are glad to give you their money to get that result, to get that service. And that I can kind of get with, right? That works for me. But selling, like trying to convince people and overcoming objections and all that, that's not me. Definitely not me one-on-one. Maybe in a group, I don't know. So if you get value from this, you might see it on Facebook. You might see it on YouTube. You might even see it. I got an Instagram account. I don't use it. You might even see it on Instagram. Wherever you see it, be sure and comment. Excuse me. Be sure and comment. Be sure and share if you got something from this introductory space and introductory place that I'm in right now as I'm sharing this. I'm sharing it off the cuff. And if you have any questions, ask some questions. And I monitor my social media channels. Right now, I don't have like a huge following by no stretch of the imagination. I'm really just coming out, if you will, even though I've been in that business helping people do that for probably, I don't know, 10, 15 years. My services have always been kind of low key. I provide them on a one-on-one basis. My clients are happy, and I'm now looking at what there is for me to offer and what I can make the biggest difference with people in. So I'm going to be continuing to develop um, this process, this body of work. Uh, you're welcome to be on the journey with me and comment, like, um, leave questions, and I just wish you the best. Um, and with that, this is John Thomas, and I thank you for taking the time to listen.